Jocks to the round table. Let's vibe.
Let's vibe.
Oh, we're vibing today.
Big
Yeah, we're
vibes.
vibing.
Speaking of vibes, no vibes in the Bronx. I had a Stephen Vogt pull today on Immaculate Grid.
You didn't send yours, did you?
I thought I did.
Who did I have?
We do be gridding sometimes though.
What do we grade?
Immaculate Gritty. Oh,
I had a Fred McGriff pull.
If I could change the profile picture to
Chris-
a GIF, I would change our Immaculate Grid to Immaculate Gritty.
Chris Davis pull today.
Oh yeah,
That
I
was-
saw Mike Cameron. Mike Cameron tweeted out his Immaculate Grid, but he had just put one answer, and it was him for 100 RBIs at an All-Star, and it was like 0.03%. And he was like, "I made it." It was really funny. Oh man, I was like, "That's a nice little pull,
Dude,
to be able to put
speaking
yourself
of-
on there." And that's a good one to put
speaking
yourself
of,
on.
Well,
You
not
got cereal on
immaculate-
your chin, dude.
Not Immaculate
It's
Grid.
still
but-
there.
You did. Will
Look, he
Dickinson.
still got it on.
But
That's
the,
just crazy. No, it's like right below your lip.
Oh, you said
It's
my-
still there.
Whoa,
Now it's like a smudge.
blue.
Not the baseball
What was
one, but the,
That was the most cartoon fart I've ever heard.
the football one, Dynasty Daddy. We have a
You could
group-
just do crossover grid.
Yeah, it's got football and basketball.
Yeah.
But Dynasty Daddy.
Yeah, you
is
need to
better.
relax with that, dude. If we were saying pause, I'd
We
say
have a
it.
group with
Simmer.
Hey, speaking of Dynasty, Daddy, I've got a gripe.
Hold up.
I might be saying the same thing.
Okay, go ahead.
We've got a group with me, Sherm, John Alex, and Ryan Coolidge,
Yeah.
and Ryan Coolidge is a cheater.
How
You
did
cheating? Is he using
He
Google?
admitted to it too. Like he said he was cheating.
Oh, dude, I see Immaculate Grids on Twitter all the time that I just, like, dudes are cheating.
Hey,
Well, John
hey,
Alex was like, "There's no way like Ryan's getting 9 out of 9 on all of these," and it turned out that he was.
Sometimes I'm a little suspect of somebody in our group.
Really?
Without saying names. Sometimes I'm a little suspect.
I don't know him well enough, but I know.
The last two.
I have
the
thought
last
it before.
two.
I've thought it before.
The last-
Else baseball,
but not because he's getting them, but because of the rarity scores.
The last two have been really low rarity scores, and but some of the names they also kind of.
I feel like he dropped like a 13 the other day.
No, like some of them, like
It's Kirk.
So
Yeah.
me and Kirk, when we were in like elementary school, like we could name like every player on every team.
Yeah, like
That's
I'm not doubting that he's gonna be able to get them, but I think he's
Sometimes there's
juicing
some
rarity a little bit.
Sometimes there's some pulls. I'm like, Let me like today's was I had a 154. He had a 78 today. I had a 120.
I did one time. I
Like in some of like his pulls today, I believe those pulls.
one time, literally the night before, like when I went to bed, I watched a ref guest video, and Kevin Millwood was one of them, and I got him the next day, and it was like 0.03%, and I was like, I feel guilty as if I cheated because I had watched that video the night before, even though I didn't know what
Yeah,
the
you
question was going
wouldn't
to
have
be the
known,
next
yeah.
day, but I felt bad about it.
Hey.
I was like, because I didn't know that. I only knew it because of that video I just
Like
watched.
so, one day last week, he had a rarity score of a 36. The highest one was 13.
That's
Like
low.
that's.
I'm not saying it,
But the pulls.
maybe.
But like looking at the pulls, like
they're reasonable pulls.
They're
sometimes.
They're players that have all played in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Like-
so that's what's tough. It's not like he's pulling like a. I had
Like
a
somebody
I had
from
a,
the 70s.
Like I've heard of every single one of these, and that when I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that now. Like,
I had a Cy Young pull that I thought was going to get some heat, but it didn't.
who was it?
It was like 300 wins and played for the Cardinals. And I think he played like 2 seasons.
Oh,
for
Cy
the
Young?
Cardinals. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess.
No, not the award. Yeah, the player.
Yeah, I guess him for the Indians,
Indians.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's more known for playing for the Indians.
he is.
John Alex, what were you gonna say?
He real quick
Okay,
though,
wait.
just quick fact, one sentence. Cy Young never even won a Cy Young award. So
Yeah.
people forget. Was he even that
That's
good?
wild.
Here's what I was going to say about it. And like the thing with the Immaculate Grid, the Dynasty Daddy, anything of that nature, there's gonna be days where, like when it was like a Titans player day, like Mason, any Titans fan is going to have us beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
That's how it
They
should
know,
be.
they know the second offensive lineman. They know the third string quarterback. Like, they've got all that stuff. And so there are some days where it's like, oh, yeah, like that makes sense. Like one day Sherm put an Alabama offensive lineman that New England had that I don't even remember New England drafting him.
Brandon Diedrich, 6th round of the 2009 draft.
Yeah.
He was a shooting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, it's ones like those where it's like, okay, like, do you, man? Like,
Yeah.
those
No.
ones-
100%.
It'd be like with us and like Florida. Like, a lot of people don't know Brandon Powell played for the Lions. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like today, for example, this is when I got irritated, and I like texted Kristen and Sherman. I was like, okay, like this is enough, because the question was, it was 200 yards receiving in a game and 3 touchdowns.
3 rushing touchdowns
3 rushing touchdowns.
and 200
Now,
receiving yards in a game.
Immediately, in my brain, I was like, there are 3, maybe I'll give you 4 guys that could have done that. The only guy that's playing now would be Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I guessed McCaffrey on mine.
Was it right?
No.
But what I was thinking is, like, I don't ever remember him going for 200 yards receiving. And so
Yeah.
I was like, there's really 3 guys. It's
Percy
Jamal
Harvin.
Charles in that crazy game.
I
think
wouldn't
it
have
was
thought of
against
him.
The Raiders.
And I already used him because there was a Chiefs.
It was with Daniel Tomlinson, or it was Marshall Faulk. Now, I would not have gotten if I was not obsessed with Marshall Faulk and Isaac Bruce when I was like a little kid. I literally wore number 80 in middle school because of Isaac Bruce.
Yeah.
I thought he was super cool. I thought he was the best receiver to ever live.
Some say he might be.
That's what I thought.
Middle school, you did.
You know, some people would say his teammate was better, Torrey Holt. But anyway, like Marshall Faulk, also I love Marshall Faulk. And there was one day, this was like 5 or 6 years ago, me and Sherm were talking about fantasy football. And I was looking at like the greatest fantasy seasons of all time. And I looked at Marshall Faulk and this crazy year that he had. And I was like, holy crap. Like, look at these numbers that he was putting up that year. And I came across that game. So that was the only reason I knew the answer to that. Because if I did not remember that, I was going to put Jamal Charles, and I was going to be wrong.
That's actually like the fun thing about these grid games is the random. It's like not even getting a pull because you specifically remember it happening, but just like I remember I saw that.
Stumbled across this
Yeah.
box score and saw.
Like I got like Stephen Vogt. I mean, it was 3%. It's not super low, but like I got the Stephen Vogt pool today because like in like 2018 when I fired up MLB 2K13 again, I was
Yeah.
the A's because that's the hardest team to play with.
Yeah.
And I got Stephen Vogt from
That's
the Rays
what, today I had the
because
Trevor.
they did that in real life.
I had the Trevor Plouffe pool because I listened to Talking Baseball.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
that's-
So I know he played for the Twins, the A's, the Rays.
Yeah.
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 My 2 favorite pools so far have been, I pulled Marcel Darius the other day, and then I was also the only one to pick Jeff Driscoll. I felt so proud of myself.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had a big old dumper.
I
on him.
forgot about.
He still has a big
Driscoll
old
in
Does
there.
he?
But
Does he
then,
still
like,
play?
another one.
Yeah.
Another, like, this is also just flat out wild what I'm about to say. My senior year in high school, I'll never forget this. In our history class, and this is like before, I don't know if Sunday ticket was even a thing back then. I have no idea. But like obviously, like we didn't get access to every NFL game, so like highlights were a big deal. And we would watch like this news channel for like 10 minutes in the morning or whatever.
Channel
And
1?
I know.
one of the-
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, one of the stories was this wide receiver for the. I want to say he played for the Bills at the time. It was Stevie Johnson.
Kentucky
He
Wildcat.
Game-winning touchdown pass, and then blamed God on social media.
Yeah, he's a
What?
wild. He was a
You
wild.
been gone on what?
On social media.
It was either on Facebook or Twitter or
He a
something.
wild dude.
It was Twitter, because Twitter had just kind of started getting its
He
legs.
he was like, all I do is praise you. You're this teammate. And I was like, what, dude? You're such a bum.
Whoa. He had the game-winning catch against Louisville.
Yeah, but he
That's facts.
He
blamed God for.
Well, look, all right. I'm not defending that. However, he did play for Kentucky. Was a great receiver at Kentucky. One of my favorites.
The best pool I had
Stevie Jones
was
used to do that and scored a touchdown, so I started doing that.
the best pool
I
I
think I did
had was
twice.
on a basketball one, and I didn't have anybody to send it to because nobody cares.
Dude, send it to me. I mean, I won't play it.
It was
I respect-
it was Mike Scott.
Oh, nice.
It was the
Hawks.
Hawks and
Yeah.
Sixers.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
It was like a 1.8% or something.
And so, if y'all have any, like, I try to max with grid, and I just suck at it. Like, I am so bad at it. I'll keep playing it, but I need people to, like, send their scores so I have something to, like, to strive for.
Yeah.
In baseball?
Yeah.
I think the hardest one we've done yet, other than today's, was probably the returning touchdown. The two touchdown returns in a season, I guess, or a game.
Johnny Knox, Devin Hester.
It wasn't punt return. It was just return. And I had a gripe with that because, I guess it was like, was it they had to return it when they were on that team, or they just had to have two returns and also play for that team? Because that's
See, this is where I've been messing up. See, like,
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. I haven't been thinking about, like, the, 200-yard receiving with the team. Like, I've been thinking they have to be on that team when they do it, but maybe they don't have to be.
No, they just have to have done it, but also played for that team. And the reason I got mad at that one is I put Niall Davis, played at Arkansas.
Yeah.
He had 2 return TDs, and he also was on the Steelers roster for a season.
Okay.
And it told me I was wrong, and I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to double check that, because I think that is correct. And I think I had already used Antonio Brown on one of them, and that's where, thankfully, like I said, I found this YouTube channel that's been, like I told you, I was watching Steelers and Colts.
Yeah.
Found this YouTube channel. I don't know why, but it's a Steelers YouTube channel, and they just replay games, like full-length games.
Yeah.
And I was watching that game, and Antoine Randall returned a punt, and they were like, he has two punt return touchdowns this season. And that was like, I don't know, 3 days ago that I saw that, and then literally the next day that one popped up. But I was just mad because I like Niall Davis. I thought he was cool when he was at Arkansas.
And
I was
his
like,
name is
dude,
Niall.
NFL
That's
will be
just a
so
cool
low.
name.
Nobody's going to guess him.
Niall with a K. Canile.
Canile Davis.
The college ones, if it's not SEC or Big Ten, I really don't. When they start doing Pac-10 teams, I'm screwed. Like, I'm not going to know too many.
I
of
mean,
those.
like, some of them I would know, but
No.
I probably wouldn't know the majority of them. Like, I would know, like, big-time player ones, But, yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember what we were supposed to do for this week, and so I just ended up just doing my SEC predictions. I don't know if we were doing that or not.
I mean, we can do that since it's, like, SEC media days are happening.
Well, I've got every single win-loss
For every...
for every team. Yeah.
Oh,
for every
gotcha.
SEC.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I could come up with, like, a East and West.
I mean, I've got my East and West, who I
Ranking.
think end up in place in the championship game.
Yeah.
I have not done any of that. That's the graphic I was trying to find to show you. OPSs of the lineup today.
It's today.
Yeah, but like you don't have to like throw the
No,
record in there. You could.
No,
just,
I do. No,
Okay.
but like I need to look at their schedules to see how they're going to finish to determine how I think they're going to finish in the East and West.
Well, I'm just like thinking of like the team and like.
I can give an unofficial prediction. This is not official.
Okay.
If anyone quotes me on this, I'll sue.
I mean, we should probably all have the same person winning the East.
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked at the schedule.
Georgia has a a cakewalk of a schedule. So
I've got Georgia going 12-0. That's the only official prediction I'll make.
I'll tell you this. I didn't even write their schedule out when I was doing it. I just wrote 12-0.
well, it's easy. It's a joke.
No, I skimmed over it, but I wasn't going to write it down on my paper and jot it down. I knew what they were going.
Yeah. Like I think they'll be worse, but they could still potentially go 12-0. Like worse than they were last year.
I have a very strange team running the table this year as a dark horse.
In the SEC?
Yes. In the West.
So not Alabama or LSU.
Well, I mean, those are your two that are expected to be the best. So every other team in the West, there's one.
Let's do Pac-12 so I can do SEC next week.
Well, fine.
Are we like actually going to do
No,
that?
no, we don't care about that Pac-12. Pac-12's gay. Like
Except after dark.
Nah, I don't ever watch it.
Also,
Basketball,
me and
I
John
do,
Allen are going to have a lot of time to watch Pac-12 this fall.
Why?
Because we're going to have to be up probably with crying children.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm not though. Is the thing.
Yeah, you can watch it for us.
Just let us know how it goes, man. I'm not interested though, so don't tell
I'll
me.
take the fruit, just turn
No,
it
start a new group that's not me in it, because I don't want to know.
Just text Ryan Coolidge.
Yeah.
Be like, dude, you need to wake up and turn on this game.
2 a.m, you need to watch.
Oh, yeah, he's an
Oregon,
hour.
Oregon
Yeah, because yeah.
I thought he moved to Alabama.
No, he moved back, didn't he?
What?
No, he's in Florida.
He's in Florida right now.
Ah, same
He
thing.
might move to Alabama. Right?
Okay.
I thought he turned
Looking
down.
at Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who lives in Alabama?
You do. Like what? Who was in Paris?
I thought Jake moved down here for a little bit.
I thought he did too.
He did for a little bit, and then he moved back 6 weeks later.
Oh my God, that's
It's
awesome.
crazy.
Who?
Well, yeah.
Jake Tiki
Oh, I thought you meant.
Oh, he moved back?
to
Who's
Buffalo.
that fat guy?
Blake told me a lot about it.
Forgot his name.
Fat guy, Jake?
I don't understand it.
No.
Jake's fat.
No. Another one. That one. That guy.
DJ Khaled.
Another-
Yeah, I thought y'all were saying he moved to Alabama.
You thought we were talking about DJ Khaled?
Yeah, I did.
No.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled memes right now are some of the funniest things.
The
Him going,
guy-
let's go golfing.
Let's go golfing.
Tell him to bring out the whole ocean.
Someone tell me this video that Will sent. What's
The-
going? What? So I've seen
woman
those.
doing the-
What are they?
TikTok Live?
So I saw
Is that what that
somebody
is?
talking about what it is, and apparently it's that's been a thing in Japan, and so people are kind of taking that from Japan and doing it here.
What's she doing?
I hate it.
Look, there's ice cream.
It's like she's an AI or a robot or something.
It's pretending to be an NPC.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
but why do they do it?
It's a thing.
There's a scoreboard up at
people
the
like.
top. What do you get?
It's a thing that
It's like
people
people
like.
giving them money.
Yeah, people donate.
Oh,
It's like an OnlyFans, but she's doing stupid stuff.
so
And
kind of
it's
like an OnlyFans.
Just
Yeah.
losers that have never interacted with a woman.
Why are you
watching
going?
it.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for it to pop up. Will Edmonds. on there?
Apparently.
I was like, yeah.
Apparently. Oh, they talked about it on the Yak. That's where I saw this. Is that woman. That woman
Was that a home
does
run? I
that.
have no idea.
She'll be doing that and then just have to start yelling at her kids.
Oh my goodness.
She'll just break character and start yelling at her kids.
Oh my goodness.
And then stop yelling and just go right back into it.
That's ridiculous.
They talked about it on the Yak.
I'm about to search on Twitter.
I just-
NPC yells at kids.
I just looked. I was watching. They've been putting out these best of each episodes,
Yeah,
and they talked about it on one of those.
that's pretty funny.
Have we all discussed how we feel about the running back signing situations?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, it's,
I don't care.
It's unfortunate. Like I don't know. Like
I don't think it's unfortunate. I hate saying it that way. I just don't think it's that unfortunate. Because the reason they don't get signed is because they have the lowest life expectancy of play in the NFL.
I saw somebody on Twitter. It was like it might have been in the replies under Jonathan Taylor's tweet about it, and he was saying that running backs' rookie contract should be 2 years. That way, they hit the market when they're still like in their prime, and they can get more on their first deal.
Which I agree with that, but I'm going to tell you something else I think could happen. So, quarterbacks went through this in the previous collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
Where it was better to just draft a young guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it was. Yeah, it's better. Anyway, in the last collective bargaining agreement, it wasn't advantageous for the veteran quarterbacks, and then they complained, and all this stuff happened. So I'll tell you what I think is probably going to start to happen. And it's like the big trend right now, and I think, me personally, I think one of the reasons that running back is so replaceable is a lot of running backs are specialists. You know what I mean? Like they're either a running back or they're a pass catching back. And you really don't have a lot of do-it-all running backs. Because if you think about it, like running backs really do have to be the most versatile player pretty much on the offense. Like receivers are just running routes and catching the ball. A running back, you're going to have to take 15, 20 hits a game.
You've got to be able to run. You've got to be able to pass block.
And
like
so
you've got to be
what
able to do
I think is
everything.
going to happen is kids are going to quit playing running back, and they're going to play other positions. And so there's going to be fewer elite running backs. And as a result, there's going to be a huge drop-off in the future, this is really the move that messed it all up, was the Le'Veon Bell, James Conner thing, where Le'Veon set out and James Conner came in and balled out.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have some stuff like that, but I do agree. I think running backs should be able to hit the market after the third year. Like, why should they play for 6 years and then not get paid?
Yeah.
See,
And I think that comes with the NFLPA though, right? That's the players.
Yeah, they would have to like
Can't do anything until their next collective bargaining agreement. But
bargain for them.
I also think like a big thing, and this is, why I got frustrated with teams that have been doing this, but it makes a lot of sense. Where like you look at the Saints when they had Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, and neither guy was having to take 400 touches a game or 400 touches a year. Sorry, holy cow. Instead, they were getting like 250 touches a year, and they were both able to stay fresh all year long. I really think that's the formula, where you're not, outside of your freaks of nature like Derrick Henry, who could take the punishment.
Yeah.
I just don't think you're going to have that formula very much. I think you're going to guys get, their touches will get spread out, except for in the big games when they need touches.
Yeah.
The playoffs and stuff like that, that's when they're going to turn into the bell cow. Now, if you want the running back position to be revived, what you hope for is that Derrick Henry has a streak and he defies the logic, and the big bruising back who used to be getting hit by Ray Lewis and all these gigantic linebackers is now getting hit by Devin White, who is 225 pounds, and
instead of 250 or 260.
Yeah. And that's what you hope for. We're starting to see that kind of happen anyway. And it's going to continue to happen. I also think the running back of the future is the Christian McCaffrey that can do everything at a high level where you have to pay him.
Yeah.
That's the
Is
thing.
Bijan and Jameer, are they going to hold out after year one for an extension? So I want to know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's weird, and I mean, me personally, like I think there are running backs who could contribute much later in their career. Like Adrian Peterson played great until he quit playing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with the system that you're in. Are you in a system that is like beneficial to the running back? Like I think Christian McCaffrey could play another 5-6 years and stand around with the way that they're built.
Yeah.
But a big thing that's happening now, I don't know if y'all have like heard about this the new defensive trend, but it has really killed the wide zone run scheme that was so popular that everybody was doing.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a new trend emerge where you just trot out this magical run scheme and put a running back in it and then succeed because defenses have adapted to it. And so I think there's going to be a switch coming soon. And everybody, people are pointing to like Isaiah Pacheco and all that. Isaiah Pacheco's a great player. He just got drafted in the 7th round. It doesn't mean he's not a great running back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, but because right now, like the only teams that are running wide zone at a high level are teams with outstanding fullbacks, which is great for that position.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. Carry on.
I think what's crazy to think about this whole situation is that you look at guys like Philip Lindsay, who had like back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and before his rookie contract ended up as he was an undrafted free agent. He got hurt, and then he bounced around from team to team, just trying to make a name for himself. And for like 10 seasons, he only like totaled up $5 million. Which is a lot of money to like just, normal people, but, as an NFL running back who had 2,000-yard back-to-back seasons, that's actually not that much.
Well, and the weird thing is this, like Austin Eckler, I don't know if you've seen his quote, but like, why is it that we can't get paid a lot, but when people inquire, like they're asking what the trade value is, you're demanding high picks for me.
Exactly.
And so there's a disconnect there. Like I understand, like as the team, you want to get as much back as you can for a really good player. At the same time, like why can't you pay him? Maurice Jones-Drew said, why are we paying third-string wide receivers more than some running backs? That's a pretty good point.
Well, I just think it's because the game's changed so much. Like running back as a whole, a run game, like a swing pass is just as good, or a bubble screen is just like running the ball now.
Well, why don't they just rebrand from running back to receiving back?
Well,
call yourself a receiving back and then get paid more money. That's so much easier.
Because a swing pass is not the same. Because on a swing pass, your offensive line is still going backwards. And so I know like people like to make fun of Big Cat for saying dumb stuff, but that's something that he has said that is actually very, very smart.
I agree.
Is there is something to leaning downhill on a team and imposing your will on them.
Yeah.
The 49ers are a great example of that. And I think there is value in running back, but I think the guys who could have done great things for the running back, Ezekiel Elliott, he got fat.
Big boy.
Did, man. And that hurt. That hurt the running back market. He got signed to a deal, and then he got replaced by Tony Pollard because he lost explosiveness. Now, Zeke, I don't think Zeke had it. Not in the NFL. He didn't have an injury.
He's had like some bumps and bruises. He hasn't had like a significant knee, injury or anything like that. He's had, a couple high ankle sprains, things like that. Like, high ankle sprain, it hurts. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't, depending on the grade, but especially with the amount of force that they use. I mean, I'm sure it's very painful.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
I mean, like, that's how things work. Things are cyclical, and they eventually come back around.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, like, Taylor, has a monster season and then he gets hurt. Like, that doesn't help it. You know what I mean?
It's my fault for
A lot of it, too, is the salary cap. Teams are spending way more on top-end receivers and top-end quarterbacks now because the game has changed so much that they're not willing to spend as much on a running back. Like, the hard salary cap plays a factor into it.
The interesting thing is this, though.
I've never gotten hard for
So Daniel Jones just got, what, $40 million?
Mm-hmm.
He sucks.
Okay, without Saquon Barkley, they don't do half of what they did last year.
I agree.
And so I think a lot of what it comes down to is, I think the salary cap, first of all, has to settle out. Like, as it just keeps going up, I mean, yes, everybody is going to get paid more. Like, running backs, as a result, are going to get paid more. But I think a lot of it is kind of what we're talking about. Like, I think some running backs, they're going to have to kind of be game-changing. And, like, really, like Derrick Henry, if he comes out and he has a monster year.
Like, has another 1,500-yard season.
He won't.
Yeah. And he plays 15 games. Like, because here's the thing, I don't think you're going to see a ton of your top end players really play what we would call a full 17 games. Like, there's going to be some games with Henry where you're up by 28 at halftime. He's not going to do a whole lot second half, and that's how they're going to save him. Where I think, like, back in the day, they would still, they'd still get 3 drives in the second half. I just don't know that that's going to happen as much anymore. But I don't know. Like, there's definitely a path for running backs to get what I think they deserve, and whether it's they enter free agency earlier. But then you've got a weird loophole of, like, what if a receiver, like, wants to claim he's a running back and enter free agency early?
Like,
you know what I mean?
You have a player like Ty Montgomery was.
Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah.
The green.
Tyreek Hill, I mean, he came in kind of as like a gadget player. He wasn't really a receiver or a running back or anything. So
Your Dexter McCluster
that's
type
the hard
people.
part.
I know he
I think the
wasn't
franchise
anything.
tag is also just terrible. Yes. And they need to get rid of the franchise tag.
The Green Bay Packers announced they received $374.4 million in national revenue from the NFL last season, which is distributed evenly to the teams. So you multiply that by 32, it's $12 billion in national revenue distributed out to the teams. That's kind of wild.
But
That's crazy.
when I say that I'm not too upset about it, I do think they should get paid. But at the same time, based on the situation, the timing, and how they need, and when it's time to do the contracts, the owners are running the business, and they have to. If they're going to invest their money, they need to know that they're investing their money in something, smart and wise. When they're that old and they've already put that many years in, and they have X amount of injuries, it's hard to sit there and say, "We're going to pay you a ton of money."
Absolutely.
No, wait.
And I see it from their aspect too. So yes, I think the NFLPA needs to get on their horses and figure out a way to get these guys paid, because they deserve it. They do. They make the game better. Trust me. I don't want to see 58 passes in a game from one.
See,
I don't want that.
I 100% agree with you, except for the fact that
That doesn't sound like 100%. Hold on.
I agree with they make the game better and that kind of stuff.
I'm kidding.
But, like, if I have a stud quarterback that doesn't necessarily need, like Austin Eckler, great player, great pass catcher. I think Isaiah Spiller could come in and do the same thing.
Oh, whoa.
Like,
When you do that, that's the market though.
but
So
it's the truth.
Those guys are thinking too.
He did the same thing to Melvin Gordon.
But see, you got to think about it like this too with the Lions this year. They just got rid of a guy who people think's a really good, running back.
And he's
traded
like
him to Philly, and
24
drafted
years
him
old.
from Alabama.
Yeah, and then
He's not even old, and they got rid of him.
they signed Montgomery, and then they drafted Gibbs. They signed Montgomery to be backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, And here's the thing, you know, DeAndre Swift's a good running back. Now, I do personally think that him and
Murder.
the coaching staff
no.
did not see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he ran as hard as they wanted him to run. Because Dan Campbell's like an all-out physical guy every single play, and I don't think they got that from him. And so they're like, well, I think we can just go get a younger guy out of college who's going to do something like that.
Well, if you want him to play like that, you need to draft DeAndre Pound, not DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift acquitted of all murder charges.
No, never charged. Didn't need to be acquitted. Need to relax.
Hey, let me.
Don't try to put that on him.
Aaron Hernandez never
Are you
found
ready?
guilty.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna throw something at y'all, and
I'll catch it.
I want to hear what you think about it. Okay.
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 So this running back played 7, 8 years, maybe. I think he still had a lot of good football left in him. But anyway, he made $18 million in his career. So in 8 years, he made 8 or 7 years, I think. He made $18 million. Okay. He played 3 games his first year, 14-16, 14-16, 15-14, and then in his last year he played 3 games. So he played, that would be 7 seasons, okay? Now, some of the times he didn't play, he was just a healthy scratch. He wasn't in the game plan.
Yeah.
Okay? He was very much a specialist running back, made $18 million in his career. I think most of his contracts looked like 3 years, $12 million, and stuff like that. Okay, he was a 4th-round pick. Now, he was very elite at what he did. I'm just curious if y'all think, I'm going to tell you the player, if you think $18 million for a career is enough for what this guy did for this team. Okay?
Go ahead.
James White.
Yes.
He was never the number 1 back.
Yeah.
That's enough.
No, but he stood the test of time in terms of being in
24.
the running back group.
I think he should have made 24 million.
He was inactive, 15, 16, 17. He had 17 healthy scratches in his career.
It's weird.
And he also shared a backfield with a guy who literally did the exact same thing he did as Dion Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
Burkhead.
look here.
I think that's enough for him. Like,
I think it's like around the right amount, like maybe a little bit less than.
I think it's on the high side.
But kind of what I'm saying is this. I think the problem with running backs is this. A, they're getting drafted in the first round. So that means they're under contract for 5 years,
Yeah.
right? And so really it's advantageous for running back to get drafted later so they can enter free agency earlier.
Yeah.
And so does it turn into a thing where rookies only sign like a 3-year deal just as a whole? And so that way they can get paid earlier?
2 years earlier.
Well, but you got to think about the guys that don't pan out. Now they're not making as much money as they would have in the previous deal.
It's true.
Hey, I was thinking, so when you were saying that, when you were putting those numbers out about that running back, James White, I was thinking when you first said 7 to 8 years, a name popped in my head, but it wasn't this guy. But I'm going to put this out there. There's a running back who made $24 million in 11 seasons. All right? And I thought he played less than this because he was in and out of the NFL. So he only made, how much, what was that? You said he made $18 million?
Yeah.
So he only made $8 million more? Am I right? No.
$6 million.
Six.
6, yeah.
$6 million more. Man,
Danny
I'm bad,
Woodhead.
man. And this guy was a first-round pick.
Not
First round. I'll do this. I think he was first round and first overall.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Ricky?
Ricky Wood.
Okay, but you got to think money then versus money now
Yeah.
is completely different. $1
Yeah,
million,
thanks
$1 million
a lot,
then.
Biden.
So back then, though,
Joe
I'm
Biden's
pretty sure they could sign them to any agreement as they came out as rookies. Did they not?
Yes, they could,
Yeah, but that was before Joe Biden.
but that was also like, but like the salary. You got to look at I think you look at percentage of salary cap more than you would look at total earnings,
That's fair.
because that's going to even out.
Pre-tax,
James
though.
White
But
has
pre-tax.
played in the last
No
5
state
years.
income tax in some states.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everybody has the same salary cap. I think you should, because it's
See, I don't think they should.
percentage of spendage or spendage.
Percentage.
All right, Popeye, calm down. I think teams should have different salary caps. Playoff teams should have less salary maybe more actually. They should have more. You should get more salary cap the next year when you make the playoffs.
Let me throw this to you guys. So Christian McCaffrey, what year did he come out? 16.
He's straight, man.
Yeah. Was he in the 16 draft?
No,
Was
I thought
that-
it was 14 or 15.
McCaffrey?
Yeah.
I thought it was 14.
Ooh.
No.
Wasn't it the same as
He came out
Henry?
in 14. He came out in 15 or
It
16.
was the same as Derrick
Oh,
Henry.
it's the same as Henry. I was thinking it was the same as Richardson. That's
When
what
was
It was
Henry?
the same as
I
Derrick
was thinking.
Henry.
I was thinking Richardson.
Was Henry?
Since Richardson was like 12.
Or maybe it was the same as Corey Davis. It was the same as Corey Davis.
Anyway,
Bro,
he's
if only
made
we all had these little
It's
computers.
17.
$53 million in his career. And so, would you say that sounds about right
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a guy? And so, I think like running backs are getting paid, but a lot of it is you got to be available, right? And I mean, like they're not going to pay Brandon Cooks the same amount of money that they're going to pay Jamar Chase, because Brandon Cooks can't do what
They
Jamar
should.
Chase does.
Right.
And so maybe it is a thing where like, hey, you want to get paid, you got to be able to run, you got to be able to, be reliable as a pass catcher. And
I
you
mean,
gotta be great
unless you're
pass
Derrick
blocker.
Henry, yeah.
All right, so he was drafted in 17. And
okay.
since 2017, this is what he's done.
And Ross
NFL
Blair got hurt.
He's rushed for 4,726 yards. He has 3,756 receiving yards, 38 rushing touchdowns, and 22 receiving touchdowns. I mean,
Baker Mayfield.
that's insane.
Oh, that was still McCaffrey?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Uh,
it's
And I'm not taking anything
it's
away
just-
from guys like Derrick Henry because, man, Derrick Henry's good at downhill running. And I don't know if there's anyone else better at it, but,
Well, I think Henry's really grown as a pass catcher too.
yeah, he's improved.
He's way better than one of these at Alabama, for sure.
I think he was underused at Alabama in that aspect.
well, they had Drake.
I'm talking about Drake.
But anyways, yeah, I think Aaron Judge got overpaid. I'm glad we're back on the topic here.
Yeah, he probably did.
I mean, but go look at what like Aaron Jones is getting paid. And
Is it
even
a lot?
Eckler's contract's not bad. I thought it was.
I don't even know what.
I think Eckler's overpaid.
I don't know what it
Which
is.
I'm not the biggest Eckler fan.
Well, he just scores like 20 touchdowns a year, but
Yeah, but like, it's the way that he. I don't know. It's the way that he does it. It's pass centric.
But you got to think, though, when you do that, it opens up so much more for their passing game. Because you have to respect them passing to the running back.
Mm-hmm.
on to baseball.
No. We're not talking about baseball, dude. I'm sick of it.
I don't want to worry you, but Cardinals are getting hot.
No longer in last place in their division.
It's big time.
Hot. And the division's cooling down.
Yeah.
Although I was watching the Reds play, and a dude hit thick rerun ball.
Yeah, but they haven't won since the break. Unless they won.
What'd you say?
The Reds haven't won since the break.
Really?
Yeah, unless they won.
They might win tonight. They're playing the Giants.
They are up 3-2 on the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants aren't great.
Yeah, they are. They're like 50.
Yeah, they are.
41.
They're not great.
They're pretty
That
good,
is
though.
great.
They're in a wild card
I'd
spot.
say
I think.
that's good. I wouldn't say that's great.
They have the number 1 wild card spot.
The Braves are a great team.
Thank you.
Giants aren't a great team.
Well, the Giants are on a 7-game winning streak, and the Braves are on a 3-game losing streak.
Okay, but
That looks like it might be 4.
Yeah, it might be 4.
Speaking of the Giants,
We already talked about
Giants
Barkley.
fans, would you like to comment on the Giants fans post that we sent you about Aaron Judge not signing with San Francisco? And
I didn't understand what it meant. It didn't make sense
what was
to me.
this? I didn't see it.
The words that the person used made no
Where's the
sense.
judge?
Bro.
It was for Quincy.
Oh.
Bro, listen to this. I gotta find it.
Oh, like
Listen
you
to these-
texted it to him?
Yeah, listen to these words. Listen to the words.
Did he
that
say
were-
arson judge?
No.
Oh.
New York Yankees,
He's
50-45. San Francisco Giants, 52-41. Now, before we get into the second part, what are two things that what is the one thing that those two teams have in common for the
play
past
baseball.
2 months?
They play baseball.
Neither one of them have Aaron Judge.
Oh, true.
So Aaron Judge is being the captain of a team we've been better than since 2010. Worth it? With 7 question marks.
I didn't know he was a Giants fan. I didn't know Quincy liked the Giants.
I didn't know either based on that post. I thought he was talking about the Yankees. I was like, what are you talking
He's
about?
this guy from Russellville.
So neither team has Aaron Judge, and the Giants are playing better than the Yankees. And he's questioning if Aaron
should
Judge...
have Aaron Judge.
Who, by the way, the Yankees, when they have Aaron Judge, have a .610 winning percentage.
Yeah.
So, if anything, he's proving how worth it Aaron Judge is.
Yeah.
See how bad the Yankees are without Aaron Judge? He's not playing. It's worth it? It's like, well, if he was playing, yeah, it would be worth it. He's just, we're bad.
But
'cause
if he
he's
was
not
playing for the Giants, would it be?
Yes, they would be the best team in the NL. Whatever team you put Aaron Judge on, they are the best team in their league. And here's proof of it. The Yankees without Aaron Judge. They're the worst.
They're better. Well, I think
Maybe not the
They're
A's
better than the A's
and the Royals.
They no hit the A's.
No, they perfect gamed the A's. Get it right. All right.
I'm sorry, I don't support the guy who.
I didn't say anything about that. They still perfect gamed him. They PG'd him all over him.
He did.
He PG'd him.
Yeah, you know
and
what else
Hickey.
he did?
Well, that was
It was PG-13 to his wife.
no, it was R-rated. Bro.
Yeah.
You cannot show that to a group of 13-year-olds.
Allegedly.
I think it was confirmed.
I'd also like to
Multiple
add,
reports.
Oakley's fantasy team is going off today. So
How is our
Not really, it kinda
matchup
sucks.
looking, Mason?
Oh,
yeah,
you're
you get
smoking
30
me.
points to
Yeah,
my 9. So yes.
I'm gonna get
nice.
hopefully I can get my third.
You want to hear
win.
something funny? Go look at my record in Christians, and go look at our score, and then guess who my other loss to was this year.
It was the no. It was
Christian.
The Ivy.
No, I lost to Christian earlier this year.
His
I beat
one
every
loss
I
is
beat every
today.
team in the league except Christian, and
So-
I'm about to lose to him again.
So if Mason's the best team and I've beaten him twice, does that make me the best team?
Christian,
Even though
that
I only
reminds me
have
about me and John Alex's
potentially
2001
after this 3 wins.
red.
Transitive property.
It's insane. Hey, you're not the worst though. Judson's 1-12.
Yeah,
There we go.
listen, I was up on Mason the entire week that we played each other. And on the last day, I think my team blew like a 15-point lead.
No, that's tough.
What week was that? I'm about to.
The D-backs just
It was
scored
like
a
week
game.
2, I think. It was like
The
early.
D-bags.
Yeah.
They're D-bags for changing their team colors.
On Sunday I beat you by 6. On Saturday I beat you by 19.
Oh no. last 6 is what got me.
Yeah, because I beat you. Yeah, because we win the last day by 1 point. Because I won by 4.8.
John Alex, when you win against Bush this week, you better text him and tell him that he needs to accept his award that he won.
Dude, there's a lot of baseball left. Because, dude, you know how it is. Like, if you get 3 guys pitching, you can just rack up like 30 points. That's true. That's
For
true.
the Yankees.
And yeah, I turned on the Yankees game. I was like, oh,
Turn it
shit,
off.
Rodon's pitching. And I watched him throw like high fastballs against Shohei, and I was like, that ball is getting to the catcher. I think it's moving faster than like Randy Johnson throwing a fastball. It was so fast. And then after I said that, I think he gave up 2 2-run bombs in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was real bad. It's real bad. Everything's real bad.
Like, I don't even want to watch
Yeah,
the
it's real
Yankees
bad.
play. Like, if Judge isn't playing, he's just so cool.
He is cool. He's Wilt Chamberlain's son. So
Aaron Judge is?
yeah,
Yeah, have you not seen that stuff?
No.
it's a new conspiracy theory.
Really?
Yeah, he's Wilt Chamberlain's son.
That's interesting.
Because you know he never knew his birth parents.
He was adopted.
Yeah.
And apparently Wilt Chamberlain had like a book tour.
Oh, they're just they had sex with over 1,000 women.
And
Yes.
That's what he alleges.
And well, I think it's like way more than 1,000 that he says.
He's like 10,000.
It's like
Oh.
yeah, like 10 or 20,000. But he had a book tour where he was like signing books, and it went to Sacramento. And 9 months later, Aaron Judge was born. Just saying.
Was anyone else in Sacramento at the time?
Well, yeah, like people that live in Sacramento.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
It's just that's
It's kind of wild.
You never know.
that's a weird coincidence.
People say that he was. He was. They're
slinging
tall.
it.
They're both tall, man. That's what they say about them both.
So
I mean, if
that's
you believe the Jimmy Butler,
that's
Michael
2
Jordan,
Wilt Chamberlain descendants that play professional sports.
Who's the other one?
Otto
Otto
Porter
Porter.
and Aaron Judge.
Otto Porter 100%.
Looks exactly
Yeah,
like
I've
him.
seen that. I've seen that one. That's true. That's true. That's
I
true.
mean, think about how
What about,
many descendants of his have played professional sports. If
Yeah.
he slept with 1/10 of
Women.
the women that he says he did.
Well, Gronk.
No, probably not. He
Tom
knows his
Brady?
parents. No.
Okay. DJ LeMahieu.
I don't know.
Christian McCaffrey.
Again, I don't know.
Man. But they could be. Travis Kelce, maybe.
I don't know about his family, so I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just naming white dudes. There's no chance that.
I mean, there is a chance.
Yeah.
No, because they're white.
Yeah, but they could be albino.
No, but they're not black that are albino. They're just white.
Or they could be light.
They're
And they're
like really light.
But they could be mixed. Their moms.
No. But you can just tell that they're just white.
But their moms could have.
No, but like you can tell by their hair and their grade point average in high school.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, because Gronk, there ain't no way he had a good GPA.
True.
Oh man.
So are we gonna like do any rankings of anything or
No. I think we've already gone for an hour.
53 minutes?
Yeah, let's do fully torqued.
Okay.
I'm for that.
Whoa. We're doing SEC next week?
We are now, because we talked about running backs.
Yeah. That was a pretty long discussion.
Or are they bunning racks? I don't know, man. Depends on what bunning
would
means.
that mean? Stuffing racks in their buns.
Yeah.
Just shoving dollar bills in their prison wallets.
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have their fully torqued?
I've got mine. I'm going to see Oppenheimer on Friday.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have
Sounds
stole
like
that.
it's going to be the bomb.
I'm going to. That's also mine. I'm going to see it with somebody that just celebrated 2 months of being engaged.
You're going with me too, kind of.
But they texted me earlier about
Dude, that's such a milestone.
about Wags posting about that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, like a 2-month being engaged celebration.
I'm not trying to roast people, but
Well, come on, bro.
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, they were texting about it, and I was like, who could he be talking about? And I opened up Instagram, and that was like the first thing on my feed, and I was like, oh, okay.
I even guessed it right, and I don't have Instagram.
Yeah. Anyway,
We lost a good soldier.
Oh, you think you're too cool for Instagram?
dude, you miss out on so many memes.
And chicks.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. Never mind.
I already said.
What?
Say it. Say it.
I'm fully torqued to see what.
See Barbie?
No, take it up.
I was gonna say you could take a peek.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you in a second.
I'll take a peek, boy.
Okay, Oakley, what's your fully tour?
Bruh. Trade deadline, I guess. I don't know. It's a little ways off. So I'm going to say something different than the trade deadline.
Okay.
Dude, the Yankees are going to get so booed on Friday, like this weekend. It's their first return back to New York since the break, and they have sucked since the break.
Yeah.
And they are going to get booed, just horribly. And I'm
Booed.
not excited for that, so it's not my fully torque. That's going to be actually kind of depressing. So come back to me.
Okay, John Alex or Sherm?
I'm going to make a fire meme in the morning. That's my fully torqued.
I'll say this. I don't know if this is a fully torque or if this is just like a stay tuned. But starting tomorrow, I've got 12 days to shoot a 9-hole round of golf under par, or I fail at my goal.
Well, you better get on it. You better putt well.
It's really hard to putt.
Let's go
around.
golfing.
There are large patches of sand at random spots on the green.
That's fair. You just got to miss them when you hit the green.
I'm gonna have to hold one out.
Sherm.
Mine would be, I've got kind of two. We finally got an induction date. Will be August 1st at 8 o'clock at night.
Hey, I'm going to be in Florida then.
You'll be in Florida?
Yeah, I can't be there.
John Alex will be dad of 2 by then.
Well, look, I know you wanted me to be there for that, but I won't be there, man.
I can FaceTime you.
FaceTime the group.
Please do not. Please don't. That sounds traumatic.
And then this weekend, I guess she still wants to go see Barbie in Florence, so that's what we'll be doing, is going to see Barbie.
Yeah, I need to go see Barbie too.
I think it's going to be a funny movie by the way it looks.
You going to double feature it? You going to see both? Barbenheimer?
No. I'll
Oppenheimer?
be too tired by that time. So
Sherm, do you have Kinergy?
Do you?
I've got big energy.
I am going to try to say that every day. The word Kinergy. I'm going to try to say it every day. Starting
And
tomorrow.
then,
Okay.
I'm gonna say it
what's
at
the
work
opposite
tomorrow.
Of fully torqued.
Huh?
Fully flaccid.
Oh yeah, fully flaccid.
Yeah, fully flaccid for sure.
What am I? Oh, I can't even remember.
Did you say you're gonna be fully torqued when you're watching Barbie? That's a kids movie, dog.
Oh, dude, no, I'm not. I mean, I'm excited to go see it, but not that excited.
Margot Robbie kind of
For
bad,
Ryan
though.
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling kind of bad though.
Yeah, but he was alive.
No,
I don't
dude.
Remember the title.
Have you not seen?
When
Have
the
you not
internet
seen
was
that?
trying to say
That
she was
Margot
mid?
Robbie's mid.
Hey,
Yeah, dude,
you
people
can
are
think that
dumb.
all you want to. I don't. I disagree.
Yeah, that was wild.
I want to know the people who say that. I want to
They're
know
losers.
like who's an actress that they think is hot. You know what I'm saying?
There are people who dye their hair pink or blue.
Lena Dunham.
Did you just say
Lena
Lena
Dunham.
Dunham?
I don't know who that is.
She ugly.
Yeah, she's very ugly.
That's all you need to know. You could probably tell. by
I
her.
got one that they would like.
Glenn
Yeah.
Close.
The lady in Top Gun 1 now.
Oh gosh.
I wish she was dead.
Lady in Top Gun Maverick, Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah. Woo.
Michael Caine.
He's on.
Michael Caine, yeah.
Michael K.
Michael Caine. Michael K. Hey, Michael K. was roasting the Yankees today. It was funny.
Really?
Yeah. Like, as dudes were coming up to the lineup, he would just, like, read their stat line and then kind of pause and go, he's batting 5th tonight. So he was just saying facts, but just the way he was saying it. Franchi Cordero, he was, like, batting 167. He's batting 6th. It was funny.
Okay, what?
I just looked this up. The people that were calling Margot Robbie, and now it's also Henry Cavill, quote-unquote mid. Their most looked at naked celebrity is Steve Buscemi.
Well, now I can get behind that.
Who's that?
He's a real man. All right, he's a volunteer fireman.
He's in,
People forget. Saved lives on 9/11.
he's in...
I know who it is.
He's in Sandler movies. He's in Adam Sandler movies.
No, I know.
He's in Grown Ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More importantly, he's in Spy Kids too.
Yeah, he's in Spy Kids too.
Along with George Lopez.
Has a crazy
Also
quote about...
Might not be in Spy Kids.
About, I can't remember the quote.
Is he in Billy Madison?
The Illuminati.
No.
Yeah, he is in Billy Madison.
He's in any Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Is he in Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
No.
Dude, we did trivia last night, and I
Happy
thought
Gilmore.
there was a who am I question, and for like half of her giving away the hints, we thought it was
We did, yeah.
gonna be Jim Carrey,
But that's because we
wasn't.
forgot he was Canadian.
Yeah. And it was gonna be funny because Oakley would have been seething.
No, I like him now. He's based, remember?
Oh yeah,
I need to see
I
Truman
missed
Show.
that.
I need to see the Truman Show.
I've never watched it.
I need to watch it.
But yeah, that's it. We'll do SEC. Are we just gonna do record predictions or just like where
records.
teams
I don't
finish
care what y'all wanna
in
do.
their divisions?
We can do whatever. It doesn't matter.
Because I don't really want to like look through everybody's
We
schedule.
just do where they
and-
finish them.
Well, I did it because I know
and like
if I
have
said
to.
what Kentucky's going to go, Oakley's going to want to know who I'm picking them to lose against or win against.
Give me a teaser. Give me one win, one loss. But not surprise ones. Give me one basic win, one basic loss.
Georgia.
Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Let me go grab
Miami
it
of
real quick.
Ohio and Georgia.
It is. Let's see what we got here. Dark in this house.
He's got it written down.
Y'all got it written down. Yeah. All right, so a
Man,
surprise
he probably got
win.
like a whiteboard.
He's
with
got
an
a
expo
list.
marker.
On his phone,
Yeah. No, he's got a whiteboard with an expo marker.
chalkboard.
Chalkboard with a Sharpie.
Okay, here's a. I don't know if you would consider it a basic loss. Mississippi State.
Whoa!
I wouldn't say that's a basic loss.
It's at Mississippi State.
It's the
Still,
loudest stadium in the SEC.
I think in the last 10 years, it goes back and forth. Whoever the home team is won.
It's the loudest stadium in the SEC.
Wow, that depends.
yeah, because of artificial noise.
It's the loudest stadium that I've been to in the SEC.
But that depends on your ears, though.
Well, it's also because they use a tool to
I
make it
also
louder.
haven't been to LSU, but that'll change this year.
It's not natural noise.
No, but it just depends
It's
on
fake
your
noise.
ears, though.
Big dubs against Louisville.
Hey, birds don't have teeth.
Yeah, birds have 0 teeth in their face, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We didn't mention this, but Kentucky basketball gold medal. So
Yeah, there we go. They beat
I'm a
Canada.
peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Was the Canada game the gold medal game?
yeah, they went 4-0.
America? I thought that was so funny.
I sent it to the Canadian basketball team's Twitter too.
So
He's gonna find the Canadian
What if-
Blake L.
What if Shea responded to you?
Bro, honestly, that'd be dope.
That would be dope. Okay, so yeah, next week, SEC division outcomes. And
NFL. When are we starting the NFL getting it right?
Well, I mean, I feel like we don't really care about the other conferences in college football, so like,
Yeah.
we can
Next
just
week.
do SEC and then
Start doing
do,
the previews as well.
yeah,
The division previews,
yeah.
like we did last year.
John Alex, what were you gonna say?
Should it be illegal for the entire 2007 Super Bowl to be on any TV or YouTube? I think it should.
Yeah,
I don't. I think that was a great pass.
No.
Bullfrick.
Not the pass. It's not the pass. It's the how did he get out of that sack? And also, how did Asante drop that interception?
Asante on a squash banana.
No, wasn't it? Didn't Plaxico Burress score the touchdown?
Yeah, he scored.
No, that was that.
Then he shot himself in the leg,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which, by the way, should not be illegal.
It was illegal because he discharged a firearm in public.
Yeah, but it was,
Yeah, but like if he had done it at his house, it wouldn't have been illegal.
he absorbed the bullet. Where's the
Yeah,
harm?
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, what's the harm?
Okay.
He walked so Jaw could fly.
Who?
Gilbert Arenas also walked, so
Facts.
Jaw could run, and Brandon Miller too.
O.J. Simpson walked from 2 murder charges.
They don't show it very often. Well, I think they do now. Of Norm Macdonald on that SB.
So
on the
funny.
SB's making that OJ joke.
I had
Man,
never seen it until last week.
cringe.
No, that was awesome. He nailed
No,
it.
it's funny, but like you could feel the cringe in the crowd. After
Oh
he
yeah,
said it.
it was still fresh.
Yeah.
It was like the Peyton Manning, Katie joke.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
that was funny.
Everyone laughed, but it wasn't really cringe. It was cringe for KD because he was the only one not laughing. At that
Yeah,
joke.
and then he said something to Russ, and
Did
Russ
Pat
was
McAfee
pissed.
have like any good jokes or anything? Like I don't even know.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
I'm
I've
shocked.
seen-
I haven't even seen a clip from it. What?
Has he hosted an ESPYs yet?
He did last week, dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't watch it at all, so
I
I
didn't
didn't
either.
know.
Yeah.
If I was ESPN, I would hire Tom Segura to host the ESPYs.
Dude, I'd watch.
I would hire
I would
very
watch that.
high-profile stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't do it because he would roast everyone so hard.
But that's so much better than having former athletes up there roasting everyone so softly. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ESPN though. They're soft.
That's facts, actually. That's true. Kind of gay.
Fox Sports 1 should do one called the Foxies.
Better be careful.
They
You might
only give the awards to women, and they're
Yeah.
hottest
Yeah.
woman in professional basketball.
No one.
None of you. You tranny creeps, rug
Who's that
munchers.
guy? Who was that guy? Did he work for Fox Radio that made a really inappropriate comment back in like the 2000s, like mid 2000s?
I don't know.
It was about Rutgers basketball.
I have no
He
idea.
called him nappy-headed hose.
Yeah, have him host.
That's it. They would have him host or do an award of some sort.
That was like one of the funniest because he is one of the ugliest dudes to ever live.
What if they had Tom Brenneman? Back-to-back weeks where we mentioned Tom Brenneman.
What if they
Other
had Tom
podcasts
Leatherman?
aren't doing that, but we are.
Kristen, what if they had Tom Leatherman?
Mm.
Huh?
What if they had Tom Leatherman?
Oh, the Leatherman.
I don't know what that means.
Is an SNL skit with Jimmy
Oh.
Fallon.
Did
He
he laugh
like
the whole time?
sells he's like owns a leather shop, and he's like wearing leather, and so like,
Getting high on his own supply.
well, he talks like the Leatherman. That's how he
Yes.
talks, and then like he'll like, it's like he's saying something inappropriate, but he'll like be like.
Dude.
And so it's just like making leather noises, so you can't hear what he's saying. You need to watch it.
I'll look it up.
It's so dumb.
I'll watch it as I fall
Kristen
asleep
used to watch
tonight.
that all the time.
Maybe
but
I'll
he
get
used to
nightmares of the
He used to
Leatherman.
watch Jimmy Fallon like sitting in a tree just going, bothered.
Oh yeah, he would do a segment called "Robert is Bothered," where he was Robert Pattinson, like like in Twilight, and it would just be him like talking about things that bother him, and he would just like look at the camera and be like, "Bothered."
It's ridiculous.
It was the dumbest thing ever, but it was funny.
That's a career that took like a good 180. Is Pattinson,
Yeah,
the Batman.
Yeah.
Good for him.
and The Lighthouse.
Didn't see it.
Don't see it.
I don't plan on it.
It's
Isn't
very-
it in
it's-
black and white?
it's
And it's just
weird.
Willem Dafoe being kind of weird.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's also weird in
I
it.
feel like it's kind of gay. Is it gay?
No, it's not gay.
They're not gay.
It's like
Is there sexual tension between them?
no. Do you know like the Greek myth about Prometheus?
Yeah.
Like he steals the fire, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like inspired by that. It gets very weird.
Shoot.
I wish I
man.
had never watched it.
That's fair. Honestly, that's kind of how I feel about like watching the Yankees. Wish I never watched them. I was trying to think of a movie to say that for, but I couldn't, so I just said the Yankees.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was trying to think of a good
6-3.
oh,
but it's the top of the eighth.
Up. I feel like I wish I had never watched it.
You don't
Up.
like Up?
I don't like Up.
What?
I don't like it.
It's a good movie.
I see, but I
It's
don't
very
think it's a
sad.
good movie though. Yeah, I don't like it, dude. You know, a movie I do like, but only the beginning when the parents die, is Frozen. Hey, you know what I saw
Did
the
they
other day?
show the parents die in the first one?
Yeah, just in they're just like a boat crash, or their boat's like in a storm.
You know,
People say
you know,
that that's
That's
also
right.
Tarzan's
That's right.
parents.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and they were like on the way to Rapunzel and
Yeah.
Flynn.
Speaking
Rider's
of
wedding.
Tarzan, I saw a tweet that that's the one movie that Disney will never live action remake because they like making the white character a black guy,
Yeah,
and they will not
yeah.
make a black guy being raised by apes in the jungle
Acting
movie.
like a
They are not going to
gorilla.
do that.
Yeah.
No, I want them to do
Now
that.
it'd be funny. I'd watch it.
Well, there's already a live action Tarzan, and it was pretty good.
George of the Jungle.
George,
No,
George,
like
George.
Oh yeah, the one with
Alexander.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, I went and saw
Smart.
that
And
with.
Margot Robbie.
They let a Pokemon in
She
there.
not-
Yeah.
I only saw it once. I went and saw it with Connor Ward.
Condor.
It was me, Ivy Darcy, and Connor Ward. After we
Yeah,
coached
it's Alexander
summer, we were
Skarsgård
coaching
and
them. We were in Memphis.
Margot Robbie.
Condor.
I just want to know how
Lord.
Disney is surviving all these box office busts. Like, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Call him Buzzy.
Buzzy?
Buzzy.
I guess when you have
Like a
ones like,
buzzard.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm sure you're making money off that.
Yeah.
But, like, jeez, man.
Condor.
It
Only
makes
because old
pretty
girl's
bad.
hot.
Huh?
Mantis.
Mantis,
Yeah,
Mantis.
She's hot.
She's attractive.
She's hot.
You
What's
should
her
go
name?
see
Pam?
Palm.
That was close.
You should go see the new Mission Impossible, don't you?
I want to, man. I haven't
She's in
seen
it?
yet.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta watch all the other ones.
She like barely has any lines, but
Good. I don't want my women to
Is
speak.
that the one Oakley said would after
Huh?
when I said it?
Yeah.
Go to dinner tomorrow night.
I sent the
Oh.
one where she was playing a prank on the person interviewing her.
oh yeah.
Yes.
And just,
It was
I
like- it was
thought,
pretty much
oh,
Impractical
It's going to get
Jokers.
everyone laughing. Oakley just said would.
Yeah. Am I wrong? She's hot. You seen her face?
You also
What?
said would after a bologna sandwich I sent.
Yeah.
Was
that
I
looked
wrong?
good.
Did you
That
see the
looked good.
bologna sandwich? Would you not?
That was
Pick
good.
off the mustard and that.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
And then
Mustard on a
mustard's
bologna
fine.
sandwich
I
is
don't
good.
like
That's
mustard.
fine.
Period.
Well,
No,
look. So
mustard-
here's your problem: is you need to man up.
Put some
Mustard is the
barbecue
condiment
sauce
of
instead.
men.
Barbecue sauce instead.
I like to just suck down a teaspoon of mustard on a Wednesday.
Hold on a
We
second.
Did it
used to
earlier.
like have to
Barbecue
squirt
sauce on
mustard in our
bologna.
mouth when we were having cramps
Yeah.
for football.
Yeah, yes. That pickle juice. Ugh.
We didn't do the pickle juice.
Yes, they both.
We used to do black tar heroin to prevent ourselves from cramping. You ever tried that?
I would
No, but
I would
free-base
eat
cocaine.
pickle sickles, so those were good.
A free base
Yeah,
well,
cocaine.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing that people don't know: black tar heroin addicts do not have cramps, mostly because they're dead. So.
No, you sound like that Japanese pitcher from the Blue Jays a couple of years ago, and they're asking him about why two bananas, and he goes, "Banana,
Yushinori Kawasaki.
bananas, because monkey never crop.
That's a great interview.
Monkey never crop.
Monkey never crop. Arigato."
What does he say? He eats 3 banana.
3. Kawa, 3. Monkey eat 2. Kawa, 3.
Is he saying his name right there?
Yeah, Kawa. Yuenori Kawasaki.
Kawasaki figured that. Probably rode the motorcycle.
Yeah. He was talking. He did one talking about Big Papi, and he just kept going. Papi big, Kawa small. Papi big, Kawa small. Just kept saying that over and over. It was very funny. Have you seen the banana one? Yeah.
That's a good
I'm
interview.
probably gonna watch it here in a second. Just pull it up.
That's funny, dude. All right.
Okay, yeah, that's it. We'll do the SEC predictions next week.
Yeah, that's facts, actually.
And then we'll start NFL stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a fire meme in the morning. Let me forget.
Okay. I won't.
I got one in the chamber of my mind.
But yeah, that's it. We'll do it again next week.